So in today's video, I just want to talk about this Delta Airlines CrowdStrike situation. So there's been quite a lot of mudslinging backwards and forwards. Now, I have said before that this situation with the CrowdStrike incident was not unprecedented. It was with the number of machines that were impacted, but it wasn't a Microsoft problem per se. It was a problem caused by CrowdStrike. It wasn't a problem caused by lack of business acumen or using the wrong tools. And the most important thing is it will probably happen again. So Delta Airlines. So I don't know much about Delta at all. Obviously, they're an American airline company, but from the conversations to and fro, I can gather a couple of things. First of all, they were much more significantly impacted than other businesses. So that shows me that they had a lack of disaster recovery planning. So write down on your things to do some tabletop exercises and get some disaster recovery planning underway. What happens if your IT system goes down for 1, 2, 3 days? And then the other thing that seems to happen from what I'm reading is that they had legacy systems. So what that means is systems that have been updated for 5, 10, 20, 40, 50 years. Not unusual. And obviously in a risk-averse business like airlines, they don't want to be changing things for the sake of change. However, the older the systems get, the more complicated and cost effective it is to migrate those. So you need to stay on top of that process. You need to understand, and this is really difficult if you're not technical, what the business risk is with legacy systems. It looks to me like, from what I'm reading between the lines, that they had a system that managed where their staff was located, and that was a back-end system, probably running on some old mainframe system. And the new system, which is probably in the cloud somewhere, they couldn't communicate because it was sending it too much data. That seems to be what the problem was. I don't really know the technical ins and outs, but it's not important. What is important is to understand the two things that they didn't do. If they didn't have a good enough disaster recovery plan, otherwise it wouldn't have been down for so long, and they hadn't tested reasonable expectations of when things might break. Now, I've said this before, that the reasons that IT fails is usually because of multiple different things stacking up on top of each other. And while we can never predict exactly what's going to happen, I 100% can predict we are going to get more significant outages in the future. We've got AI coming in. It's going to be able to exploit what's called zero-day vulnerabilities much more quickly. The record we've seen at the moment is 22 minutes, and that's not enough time to patch your machines. So go away and have a think about what the disaster plan might look like, and try and get some of these processes in place. It's a very low cost thing to do, and you can build out your disaster planning team, but most of that money is going to be wasted until it stops working. And then guess who gets the blame? Your IT department. So hope that's useful. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you've got any more information about how this Delta, why they were down for so long, I'd love to learn more about it so I can kind of try and alleviate that problem for other businesses. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.